What's up everybody, I'm back with a new video. Today we are doing a account review for a guildmate, and yes, as you saw from the rep, the salt will be real. I don't know how I'm going to bear it, but I'm going to attempt. Anyways, so their island obviously looks extremely cluttered. Still got all that bushes and shit, you already know how it is. Damn. So, they're still a relatively new player. As you can see, they have 5-6 stars. I'm in a different guild now. It's called Vioprocs, V-I-O-P-R-O-C-S, and it's on the Europe server. Currently sitting around 186 for guild rank, but it's going to drop. So if you're looking for a place, you can join it, of course. But so pretty much, what we're going to do here is we're going to look through his monsters. A lot of them, I looked a little bit earlier. They have either flat runes in like 2, 4, 6, like maybe one of them throughout like each monster, or occasionally a monster. We're going to recommend the proper builds. We are going to recommend defense for arena, defenses for guild wars, and maybe some offensive strategies depending on how much monsters we have to work with for the account. And I'm going to be doing a few of these with other people as well. And by all means, if you want to have your account looked at and if you need some assistance, I will be more than happy to do what I can to assist you. And just leave a comment on my video. If you're on the Europe server or the global server or whatever. I have a Europe server, which is my main. I have an account made on global that I don't use. I also have an account made on Asia that I don't use, so if you need some assistance and you're new and you would like me to look at it, give you some ideas, then just comment below and I will be sure to assist you. So, first off is Tor. Obviously, the crit damage is nice, the crit rate is pretty good, the attack is good, the speed, however, is not good. Typically for chimeras, they're Squall. The faster your attack speed, the greater the damage becomes. Attack speed increased for 2 turns if you get a critical hit. So that's already amazing on its own. But primarily for the chimeras, if you're still in the early stages of the game, you want them on Swift for the 4 set, and you want it on Speed, Crit Damage, Attack. Those are your ideal runes. But if you can't drop a crit damage rune, go Speed, Attack, Attack. The Swift set will give you probably another 25 speed, roughly. And then, on top of, say I have a 5-star speed rune, it's 39 speed. So that's, 64 speed additional to 95, which is 159 speed or some shit like that. Which isn't too bad. Typically, for your nukers that don't scale off attack speed, like Tor or Theomars, you want them about between 150 and 160 to kind of synchronize with your team until you're higher up in the arena, like Conqueror 3 or higher. You want them more in tune. You want everything to be a couple speed away from each other, if not the same, or one apart, I should say. So then that way you can have everyone go at once and just clear them faster. But for where you are right now, it's okay if they have a bit of a gap, as long as you are able to accommodate for it. So, for Tor, I don't really want to look at the runes. I know he's on a rage set, which is why the crit damage is nice. I don't really want to show too much of the runes. Like, I'm sure like this one's fine, because he's on an attack, crit damage, attack. This one is fine, but there are some monsters that have flats. Unfortunately, Zareth, the light dragon, has a flat on it, but we'll get to that. So Tor, you want about, I'd go Swift Blade if you need the crit rate, because you want about 70 crit rate at least. So I'd go Swift Blade, or if you don't need the crit rate and you're okay, I'd go like Swift Revenge or something, just to get that extra damage in, because he's pretty good on arena defense and guild war defense as well, but he mainly shines in the offensive section. So that's what you can do with him. Later on in the game, you want him on Violent, because you want him to take as many turns as possible. That way, When you speed clear in your AO, you can do Crush, the third skill, and then Violent Proc into a Squall if you're lucky, and then maybe if you're lucky again, you can Violent Proc and do a basic attack and just kill a bunch of enemies. So yeah, endgame you'd want them probably Violent Will, Violent Blade, depending on what you need the subs for. I'd go Will just in case they don't have Tiana or Stripper, and they go in and they can't defense break him, because he's fairly squishy. I mean, his base HP is under 10,000. So he's fairly squishy, so Will does help him in the end, and you find that in the Necro dungeon if you are unaware. Julie, great monster to build. I have one myself. Currently she's half on Ruin though, but she's really nice. Her third, which is the 1,000 shots, if your HP's full, it hits 6 times. Great with a defense breaker like Galleon. Second is a freeze chance. First hits twice and can remove beneficial effect. She works in Dragons B10 for a speed team, but she'll need about, I'd say, 60 to 70 accuracy just to make it more reliable. But for her, you want her on speed, crit damage, attack, standard nuke build on violent. Triple blade is what you currently have her on. You have her on attack, crit damage, attack, which is okay. You don't need the speed early in the game, especially if you aren't really focused on arena. You don't really need the speed in slot 2. But every nuker, I personally like to have speed on slot 2. If you can't get about plus 60 speed subs without speed slot 2, I typically run speed, crit damage, attack, just so I can guarantee and secure that turn and be able to move faster in the dungeons. But for now, she'll be useful for how you have her, but in the end you want her on like a violent destroy or a violent blade or something along the lines of a nuker build, or even rage blade, which would work really well as well, like your Tora runes for example. That'd probably work fairly well for her. She's great to have early game. She can help you push, makes everything a lot easier for sure, but she's a little stat hungry as well, because you need her to go first for that 1,000 shots to hit 6 times, because as her HP decreases, the amount she hits lowers with that third skill. But I mean, mine does fairly well. She hits, well, she did hit when I did have her fully built, like 9k for her third for each hit 6 times. So if you want to do the math, that's more than enough math. It's like 72,000 or something like that, or fucking, I don't know, probably less. Yeah, way less. Yeah, less. Wow, math, not my section. Anyways, she's okay for now, but like I recommend, even if you have to put her on Swift, just so she can help you in the dungeons to clear a bit faster, Swift Blade would work fine. Chasun, you have her at 23.9k HP total. She's on Violent Energy, which works. Why does she have 2 defense? That's not bad for additional HP for having double defense. For her, you want speed, HP, Violent Nemesis, endgame. You can run Violent Energy if you need to, or Violent Will if you have the Will runes, which also kind of works. It throws people off a bit. But Nemesis is the best, because then she gets as much turns as possible. You want her around, like, endgame around 200 speed, pretty much, like, because that's when you're really going to need speed subs for everybody. Mine right now, I think, is only sitting around 180. Like, mine isn't too fast, but it works. So, make sure you fix her. At least give her triple HP if you can't get a speed rune for her, because she needs to be tanky. She needs to take the hits, and she needs to get her heals off and her violent procs to clear faster. She could help you in Giants early game if you need it. The attack buff is nice. Fallen Blossoms is nice. The glancing helps as well. Zareth. Okay, yeah, you have a lot of HP on him, but that's because he's on triple energy. Oh, he's on rage right now. Oh yeah, you did change him. Never mind. Earlier he was on triple energy. So Got him at 32.8 HP crit damage, which is exactly what you'd want, or speed crit damage HP, since his third deals damage equivalent to the HP he sacrifices, and then his second heals HP. For those of you who don't know, sacrifice half of your current HP to deal damage to all enemies, damage proportion to your sacrificed HP, but crit damage also applies on top of that. And then this just heals 15% all allies and removes 2 harmful effects. So this will work for him, but you really need that crit rate, man. Like, I would switch the energies for Blade Runes, hands down, just to get that extra 15%, which will put you to 45. Not the best, but you want about 70 crit rate, 150 crit damage, 30k HP, and I'd say get him to like 150 speed, so plus 54 speed. That would be pretty ideal, at least personally for what I think. Unfortunately, I do not own a Light and Dark Nat 5 after playing the game since its release and opening a mass amount of LED scrolls. I have yet to have the joyous opportunity to receive one of these bastards. Although, you know, I can get duplicate Nat 4s and only 5 of them out of like the 300 plus scrolls I've opened. But anyways, besides the point. You're a lucky fuck. Hopefully he gets a transmog, and hopefully it looks badass, because, I mean, everyone's already going to be jealous seeing his ARF as well. So, that's ideally what I would do for him. Triton, I looked at him earlier, it's still the same. Speed, HP, crit damage, yeah. Okay, so speed, crit damage, HP, it works if you want a bit of damage off with him. But you can also run him speed, HP, and I wouldn't worry about the focus too much. I'd probably put like shield or something just to kind of help out. You can use him for defense. Despair, that works really well, because the tsunami as well as the sweeping waves. There's only one skill up for that? Really? I have also not earned the right to own a Sea Emperor as well, so anyways, he'd be good for arena defense as well. I'm gonna kind of speed this up a little bit. We're already 12 minutes in, we haven't really gotten that far. Anyways, Ryok, you want him on speed, crit damage attack, or attack, crit damage attack. He can work in Necro, he can work in arena offense, Guild War offense. He's a great farmer. He's worth 6-starring. I'm currently working on one myself. Stats are pretty good. Attack, crit damage, attack, that will go up to, what was it, 58 or something like that, or 59 or something. So I'll put him about around 140 crit damage. It's great, good start. Attack, max out those ruins, get 4-star, that is 4-star, it's 4-star. Get 5 or 6-star ruins, obviously, would be helpful. That build works, he'll be able to farm. Like this skill says, attacks with Giant Claws, defense break for 50% chance, consecutively for 30% chance. It's just a luck game. Team out with an ally, but if you kill someone, you get another turn. So the Fatal set is fine with the blade that you have on him. Ideally, you'd want like a Rage Blade, Violent Blade set, like any other nuker. You'd want him on speed, crit damage, attack, because you want him to go fast so he can clear faster. Attack subs, speed subs, crit rate, crit damage, the whole standard build for nukers. Ryok's great monster though, easy to farm skill ups. Chloe, I noticed earlier yours is on shield double energy. You want her on swift. Make her fucking fast. Make her nice and speedy. Speed, HP. Swift shield works, swift will works, swift energy works, as long as she's bulky and speedy. That's what you need her for. You need her to go first to secure the third skill, Fanatic, to be able to apply those buffs and to secure not being wiped on the first turn. Fire Panda, you got on Violent Guard. You want speed, defense, HP, or HP, defense, HP. You can use them in Necro. You can use them in Dragons. You can use them in Arena Defense, Guild War Defense, Offense as well. I use them with a Copper team. I use Xionfei, Mihail, which is the Light Sylphid, and Copper. and I just nuke the shit out of them with Copper's Third. Violent Revenge, though, is the ideal build for him. You want him to move and get as many turns as possible. Since he revenges, his basic attack is Defense Break. Completely helpful. It is very nice. I use him in Necro B10. On Violent Revenge, I have him on HP, Defense HP for my Necro team. Speed caps at 130, so you can only get an additional 34 speed on him. So, Light Lich, wow. Fucking Hellfast. I hate Hellfast, so I got a duplicate of him. Fuko. This is the Light Lich. He is amazing for Necro B10. He can also kind of help in Giants. I haven't seen too many people use him in Giants, but I want to say it works, but it's kind of an iffy thing. It all depends on your rune quality. But his third skill hits... He doesn't have it. He gets when he awakens. No, it's right there. Yeah, random attacks the enemy several times. Look at that. Perfect Necro. 7 hits. The shield is 6. An extra hit to start it off. And they get a decrease the speed effect. Or stun, which is nice too. Basic hits 2 to 3 times. 40% chance to increase the enemy's attack speed. Passive creates a shield absorbing incoming damage proportional to your level to decrease the attack speed. So all 3 of them decrease attack speed, stuff like that. So he's really helpful. For him, I would go Despair, Focus, or Violent Focus, or Violent Shield, or Violent Will, or Despair Will, or Despair Shield. Speed, HP, HP. Or you could go, or you can make him a nuker. Kinda, if you want, you can go like a speed, crit damage, HP set, just to get some more damage out, so then it doesn't take forever to clear Necro. Good monster to have. Awesome to do. Ramagos, I mean, Vampire Ramagos is the best. Vampire Energy, Vampire Will. HP, HP, HP. Get him as much HP as possible. So then, when he's low as fuck, he can just one-shot anything and everything. But I don't have one built anymore. I don't use them, or haven't used them, I should say. Bernard, you want him speedy as possible, fully skill, and it's easier to find his skill feed. Swift is the right build, but I know you don't have him on speed there, so you flat. Speed HP HP is ideal, or speed HP accuracy. You want speed subs, you want to get them as fast as possible. Mine's fairly fast, but I sacrificed a lot of HP for mine. Mine's 275 speed, but I sacrificed a decent amount of HP to acquire that. Yen, I don't really have her built. Extra turn, 15% chance is nice. Attack 3 times in a row. Critical, or continuous damage for 2 turns if you land a crit. She would be helpful in Necro, but I believe the water one, Sue, is more reliable. Yen, if you want to build her, you can build her to your account by all means. Build what monsters you prefer. I'm just here to assist you. But you would make her standard nuker build, speed, crit damage, attack, violent, rage, or fatal. But this should be your primary focus. This Rakshasa. Wow. Her, you want violent revenge, hands down, for endgame. As much turns as possible. She increases the attack bar, lands a speed debuff, and continuous damage. You want her speed, crit damage, attack. You want her as fast as possible, as fast as you can get her. If you don't have the violent ruins, you can go swift. You just need her to move to decrease the attack bar. She works in dragons as well. Belladon, violent revenge, speed, HP, HP. That's it. As much speed subs as possible. Trevor, which is this guy, you just standard nuker build, speed, crit damage, attack. Put him on Vampire though. Vampire, he will leech the life back. It's 35% of damage dealt when he returns or something like that. So pretty much you use your second, then your basic, and you can hit multiple times. You can just nuke him. And then he'll just heal back up, and as he loses HP, he does more damage due to his passive, so that way you can just put on Vampire, you heal back up. Alchemimir, Despair, Focus, Despair Blade. Mine's on Fatal Blade right now just because that's the runes I had extra of. Despair is ideal since he has 2 AoEs. This one hits twice, this one hits once. You want him on speed, crit damage, HP. His basic, since he's an Ifrit, deals damage according to attack speed. This does damage according to HP. And this is for each harmful effect. So you can run him with AoE defense breaker like Galleon and someone who drops dots like Beretta or Thrain, which is the Darkroom Reaper or something like that. And then use his third. And then for each debuff he does an additional 30% damage. He can hit over 100,000 easy as long as you have the subs for it. But for that you need like, I'd say around 200 crit damage. Like 180 plus to even be able to acquire that, as well as like 2.5k attack. He will help you in Giants B10 for faster clears once you start getting more used to it and you can run better. Speed crit damage attack though, or speed crit damage HP. Either or works. The HP is preferred since his second scales off 30% of the HP. I believe mine's on attack though, and he does fairly well. But it's whatever you want. If you want him tanky, go HP. If you want him to have more attack, then go with attack for slot 6. But speed, crit damage, attack. So you have a lot of great nukers, and it's going to take you a long time to acquire the runes for it. Just do what you can, work with what you have, and just constantly farm. A lot of people say don't build Jun. My friend on global server, which is pretty much my brother, he has Jun. That was his first 6-star. It's his best nuker, and he hits pretty hard. He has 2 AoEs due to Sword of the Supreme Skywolf. That one, 40% chance to decrease the attack power for 2 turns. Continuous damage. And then defense break, which is standard. It's pretty good for a fire nuker. He recently had HOH, which is where you might have got him from. I am uncertain. But, yeah. Just standard attack, crit damage, attack, speed, crit damage, attack, violent, fatal, rage, whatever you have to spare. Even Swift works for Samurais, because they have 102 base speed, which is kind of nice. So you can run that if you decide to build him. I'm not pressuring you, I'm not telling you to, it's whatever you prefer. But he can be in a viable fire nuker if you needed one. Shiwa. Is it Shiwa? I don't fucking remember. I don't care either. She works Necro B10 for an all-fire team. She's useful as fuck. She has a brand. She does have the brand, right? She is the one with the brand. Yeah. 5 times. So that's 1 less than the shield. Leaves a brand for 2 turns. Brands allow you to do 25% more damage, which is great. She has a sleep, 2 turns. Attacks the enemy 3 times with her basic, which is also great. See, that's why you run her in an all-fire team on Necro, is because of 40% fire attack power. You can run her, Smokey, Rayoke, and pretty much you can use the Fire Harpy. She's fairly good in Necro as well. And then just another fire nuker, and you can just speedrun it. Trevor would work great on Vampire or Violent. That would work great. His basic, you can hit like 3 times. I actually had one of these built back on Global when I was still really new to the game. Maxed her, 5-star. Had her rune pretty well. I actually kind of want to build one again, but I have not summoned one recently. But if I do, I'm probably going to build her again. She seems like she'd be able to do fairly well for doing damage, so she's also going to be a viable monster for you. She can do a lot. I mean, you could use her in offenses and stuff. That's what I used to do. I used to use her in my arena offense, but she's more of a dungeon monster, and she's pretty good at farming. This is Beretta. I mentioned him earlier for Chemimere. Awaken him, you want him on Despair, Focus, Speed, HP, Accuracy subs, Speed subs. That's all you really need for him. You just gotta make him tanky, and you gotta make sure he lands his third, which hits which when you awaken it, you get more dots, pretty much, which it's really good. Skill him up for sure. He's a very helpful monster. And he's attack speed leader for 19%, which unfortunately is all I have. I have Hellfast the Light Lich, but he wastes the spot in arena offense. It's not worth it. Harzvelg, or Harz fucking... this guy. The Wind Barbaric King. A lot of people are building him recently because his self buffs are fucking fantastic. I unfortunately do not have one. I have a Light Barbaric King though, but he's completely different. So he leaves a brand and increases your attack bar 50%. And then his third gives you a attack speed buff for all allies for 2 turns. When this is on cooldown, you recover 10% of your HP every turn, and he obviously will be faster because it's attack speed buff. You want him on speed, crit damage, HP. That's pretty much what everyone usually puts him on. So he's tanky. You need him to buff your teammates to clear the dungeon faster. And he's top powered for Guild Wars, 33%. Good to build. You can also run in speed, crit damage, attack if you wanted to nuke. He's a great counter to Camilla, actually, the water Valkyra, or Valkyrie. So you can build him as well if you'd like. You have a lot of things to build, but that's how this game is. You constantly have projects. I almost just spilled my drink everywhere. It's pretty much how this game is. There's always going to be constantly things that you have to improve or build or constantly continue with. But this guy will help you. Sean B, which is another YouTuber, he made Harzveld his 100th 6-star and did a video on him the other day. So if you need any thoughts, you can look at him, or you can look at Jubagel. Jubagel was like the first person to pretty much build him a few months back now, I think, 1 or 2 months. And then YDCD, I'm pretty sure has one built too. I'm not 100% sure though. But just other people have built him and they've shown success with him. And they've explained things into more detail. I don't really have the time to do that because we have so much to go through. And this video is already going fairly long. But pretty much that's what I would do. Diaz, amazing monster. You obviously farmed the HOH. HP, defense, HP. You want him for Raid 5 later on, way after you can auto Dragons B10, Giants B10, Necro B10. Don't worry about raids until then. This guy, you want him tanky as fuck, because he's going to be on frontline for raid. So for now, just throw him in storage and forget about him in quotations. So you want like 1.2k defense, like 30,000 HP, fully skilled, ready to go. Violent Shield would probably work fairly well. I think Violent Shield would be great, but you can also run him like Violent Endear if you want some more resistance. It's whatever you prefer. You just need a tanky support monster. Light Undying. She works well with Katarina because of this. Removes 2 harmful effects, makes target invincible for 3 turns. Katarina's Sword of Discharge on full cooldown, I believe, is 3 turns. I have mine on ruined right now. I haven't used it for a bit, but pretty much you just want her speed, HP, violent energy, violent will, violent shield, whatever you can afford to do. You want her to take a lot of turns because she has this reset skill, and her basic just is the basic. I believe that's what gets changed when it awakens. Yeah. Removes a beneficial effect if you land a crit. So she's helpful for things like TOA. If you have a monster that's going to die and you use her third, so then next turn you can heal if you don't have your heal up. Or you can use her for defenses, or like I said with Katarina, which is the Wind Valkyra or Valkyrie, whatever you want to call it, which is a fusible monster, which I recommend getting after you fuse Veramos, which I didn't notice you had one. So fuse Veramos. Just gonna double look, so I'm kind of like sketched now. Alright, Fuse Veramos. Definitely Fuse Veramos. Fuse that Veramos. He's going to help you out a lot in Dragons defense for Arena and Guild War. He'll help you out in Giants, TOA. He's a very reliable monster. So focus on fusing him, and then focus on speeding up your Giants and progressing in Dragons. Fedora, you don't have to build since you have Diaz. I would recommend maxing your Diaz, then feeding the Fedora and the Arnold to him to get some skill ups. Maybe you didn't run the Diaz dungeon. I saw 2 Iridas. Anyways, Fire Barbaric King, perfect food for Hurlsveld. This guy right here, one of the best meta defense monsters for Guild War right now. 24% attack speed leader for Guild War, which is new to him. Before, he did not have that. On his turn, grant shield, which is equivalent to 20% of your HP. Last 2 turns on the ally with the lowest HP. You want him just bulky as fuck. Speed, HP. Throw him on Despair if you want. You put him Broken Set even on like Enduro Shield Will, which works actually pretty well. Just a lot of HP. Some speed and some resistance. Does damage according to max HP. Disrupts and then puts a HP debuff. Attacks enemy twice, disrupting HP. Oh, sorry, this does more damage as it becomes lower. My bad. His name's Kuman. When you awaken him, I want one so bad. I do not have one. I had one back before he got his buff, and I was an idiot and fed him. And now he's good, so now I regret it. Haven't summoned one since. Anyways, awesome monster. You can see him in a lot of people's videos. Any defense pretty much you attack, which also in the Guild War we fought today does have a few of them on defense. Typically it's him, Chesoon, and Theomar's basic team. Works fucking amazingly, which is what I hope to run eventually once I summon him. I even have runes put away for him too. I'm just waiting. Joltan, another good defense monster for Guild Wars. Speed, crit damage, HP, what you want on him. Inflicts 12% of my max HP as damage dealt when your attack is a critical hit, weakens defense for 1 turn. Deals damage towards an enemy inflicting damage 2 times. Each attack has 30% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. Max HP, disrupt HP, attack speed for Guild Wars. So for him, speed, crit damage, HP. Violent Revenge, perfect build for him. Awaken him, ruin him, he'll be great, he won't regret it. And feed your werewolves to him. 4-star these werewolves, and then when you go to 5-star him, feed the werewolves to him to skill him up. Mav, good monster for Guild War. Offense and defense and TOA. Has a cleanse, a heal, a provoke. Just violent energy, shield or will. Speed, HP. Make him bulky. That's really it. Zinc works well with Alchemimir. I would throw him in storage and wouldn't even worry about him right now. It's not worth it. You have so many projects to work on. I would focus primarily on fixing the 6 stars that you have now and the 5 stars that you have ruined as well. I would focus on fixing them first and then kind of expanding afterward. But he's really good because he has this attacks enemy 3 times, dealing damage proportional to your defense. Each attack has 50% chance to reduce the target's attack power and block beneficial effects. AoE defense break, and yeah. Attack speed is decreased for 2 turns. Damage is according to your defense. Him, defense. Yeah, defense. Crit damage, defense, or speed, defense. Speed, defense works well. You just need to get his 3rd off, then have Galleon go, and then Alchemimir, and then you'll hit like 60k. Because you'll get 2 debuffs from him, 1 from Galleon, and then if your Alchemimir is ruined well, like 150 plus crit damage, 2k plus attack and about additional 70 speed, he'll probably hit around, I want to say, between 40k. Anyways, that's really it for your account. Just throw him in storage. Don't worry about him for now. He's helpful in TOA, Dragons, and real-time arena. Just throw him in storage. Don't even worry about him for now, but you can put him in speed, HP, support build. So violent, shield, will, or energy, whatever you have at the time to spare. So that's pretty much it. Honestly, I wouldn't recommend building these unless you're in dire need of a nuker. Then it's just standard attack build that we spoke about. So quickly, I'm going to help you with some defense teams just to help you a bit further. For one Guild War defense, I would do Fire Panda, Triton, Xerath. That should work well. Another one I would do, once you fix your Bernard, I would go Beretta for the speed leader, Bernard and Taylor. But since you can't do that right now, I would do something like Taylor, Chloe, and Chasun. And then for your arena defense, I would most definitely encourage you to run Xerath, of course, with his critical leader. Use him as the leader skill. Taylor, Bernard, and you'll need a defense breaker. So I'd probably just go Fire Panda for that extra heal. Or you can go Chasun, actually. Yeah, go Chasun. Beretta, or Xerath, Bernard, Chasun, Taylor. Should work okay. Offense, I would run Beretta, Bernard, Taylor, Xerath. Use the attack speed leader so you can go faster, and then speed buff with Bernard. And then you don't have a defense break since you don't have Galleon, so I'd just use Taylor's third skill and try to freeze them. And the target you hit will have attack speed slow. And then just use Xerath to try to clean up. And if you're having difficulties, just drop Taylor and put in Chasun, and then just run the Beretta, Bernard, Xerath, and Chasun. Or if you are feeling comfortable with all these things, then you can run Beretta, Bernard, Triton, Xerath, or Taylor. It'll work as well, or Julie, depending on which attribute you need to nuke faster. So those are what I would at least recommend for now. I apologize for this long video. You're going to end up sitting through it and you're like, fuck, he's talking fast at some points and he's rambling on. I'm sorry. I just want to try to help you as much as I possibly can at the moment. But regardless, I hope I have assisted you in some way or another, and I've been able to help you a little bit. I hope you enjoyed the video. Anyone that wants an account reviewed, comment below. I'll figure something out. I should have probably 1 or 2 more coming out in the next little bit. I'm currently working a lot. I have 2 jobs, so I don't have a lot of free time to upload on YouTube. So I upload when I can, but I have 2 more people that want their accounts reviewed, and I know one of them for sure, or actually both of them will take a long time because they have a lot of 6 stars and stuff to go through. But I'll go through it a lot faster than I did with this one. He's just newer, so I wanted to assist him. So thank you for watching. I hope you have a good day, everyone, and subscribe if you like it. Doesn't matter to me either way. Like it if you enjoyed the video or thought there was some useful points. Comment below if you want some assistance yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next video.